Storytime Live. Hello, Zoe. Welcome to the show. Now,
Thank you
children,
very
when
much.
I say, now, children, when I say 32, what does it remind you of? Please type in your comments box. What does 32 tell you about? No, what does 32 mean to you? Right? Meanwhile, as I have already announced, let's see, we're getting some responses already. No, it's just hi. Hi, Gayatri. Hi, Ipsita. Hi, Rukmani. But what does 32 tell you? I refer to the number 32. So what does 32 tell you? Anyway, type in your responses there. We are here for the last session of the first season of Storytime at 9. Every Saturday, we've been taking you to different countries across the world when the pandemic happened. And we started this series when we could not travel, right? And still, most of us have not been able to travel outside our hometown or outside our state. Gayatri is saying my age, not my age, of course, the age of the storyteller. Okay, any other guesses? What does 32 tell you about? So, as I was saying, we've been traveling to different countries. We have traveled to all the continents in the world. We've traveled to Australia, we traveled to South America, to North America, to Europe, within Asia, and of course Africa, where Zoe comes from, the country of Uganda, that we will hear about, that we will be telling the stories about. But then, and the main purpose of this series, as many of you probably know, since I'm sure all of you are regular, the ones who are attending it today, that we get to travel to other cultures and get to know about other cultures. And so we're very happy that we have Zoe with us, Zoe the Storyteller, who is a professional storyteller. She studied economics like many other people, but then she discovered storytelling. Maybe in the question and answer session today, after her storytelling and after she shares about her country, we'll get to know about what made her move from economics, where she will be counting numbers, to counting emotions through storytelling. So I'm sure Zoe will tell us about that. No, not the age. What I was referring to is this is going to be the 32nd session of Storytime at 9. So for 32 Saturdays, we have been continuing without a break from the first Saturday of August till the last Saturday of February. August 2020 to February 2021. We've had 32 sessions in which we have had 31 excellent, the best storytellers from across the world. Now I feel very proud seeing that on one platform we have 31 of the best storytellers in the world who have shared stories, and not only that, not just shared stories, also exposed us to their culture, right? And out of 31, we have actually traveled to 27 countries. There are some countries that we traveled to multiple times. The United States, we traveled to thrice. We once went to Texas with Clover. We once went to the Pacific Northwest, and then we went to African American culture. Okay, so it's been a very good journey. But then today, with a wonderful storyteller like Zoe, we'll put a little break on our session. Now, I feel emotional talking about it because I know, for example, our friend Victor, who did some fantastic storytelling for us from Mexico, he watches, Zoe, Victor and his wife, they watch, it's breakfast time for them in Mexico. And every Saturday they have the breakfast with the storytelling session. And Victor shared photos of the cookies you have now. I cannot have those cookies, but I'll have something also. So thank you, Victor. You made me emotional by sharing the photos of the wonderful cookies that you had made. And thank you all the children who have been telling me that you're going to miss the storytelling session. We're going to miss this also. I don't know what I'm going to do next Saturday. But then today, let us celebrate a journey to Uganda first. So Zoe, over to you. And we have Zoe's friend Colin, who's going to play the guitar with her. Welcome, Colin, as well. And I'm sure all of you know that after her storytelling, you can ask her questions about herself, about Uganda, or anything else that you may want to ask them about. So over to you, Zoe, for now. And one more thing. Yes, children, just before I give it over to Zoe, remember and do not forget to share the video. Okay? Share the video wherever you're seeing it on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Share the video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or like the Facebook page if that is where you're seeing it. And of course, we will stop, but not today. Tomorrow we have Robbie Bar Kapabar again. The last episode of the first season of Robbie Bar Kapabar in our language will be tomorrow, right? And then we take a break. So Zoe, over to you.
Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us to India. Oh, what an exciting journey. I could not wait to just come to India. I am so happy. Tubaniliza nnyo mujevale. You are most welcome to Uganda. I will be sharing with you a story from Uganda, a very famous story. But before I do, I want to welcome you into Ugandan music. I want to welcome you into the Ugandan moods. Ebirowoozo byange byali bito bito, ebirowoozo byange byali bito bito. This song is sung by a little child, and they are running around the road, and they're just singing about themselves being young. Oh, byali bito bito, ebirowoozo byange byali bito bito. Ebirowoozo byange byali bito bito. Oh. I just want to welcome you to the mood of Uganda. I just want to welcome you to a time of storytelling in Uganda. And I want you to begin to see in your minds. We are seated together. We might be far from each other, but in your minds, I want you to see that we are seated together. And I'm seated in front of you, and we are sharing the stories. Kujo. Yetaniki karakat, wete museizo karakat, sezanani karakat, yabo mukobe karakat, kujo he, kujo he, kujo he, kujo he, kujo he. Now we are going into the time of storytelling. And I come all the way from Uganda, and I bring you a story about Kintu and his cow. This story is very famous here in Uganda, especially among the Baganda, a tribe in Uganda where that story comes from. Once upon a time, the storytellers from Uganda tell about a man who lived in the earth, and he was the very first man to live. His name was Kintu. Kintu had a friend, and his friend was a cow. He talked to him all the time when he was lonely. And from him, he got milk, so he was able to fill his stomach, and he was always happy. One time, the sons of Guru, the god of the skies, and their sister Nambi came all the way on earth to pay it a visit. And as they were walking about, Nambi laid her eyes on Kintu, and she was happy. She saw that he was a good-looking young man, and she told her brothers, "Oyo omusajja njagala mufumbirwa. I would love to get married to him." Oh! Her brothers were angry. And they were angry. They talked among themselves. Tasobola fumbirwa oyo Kintu. She cannot get married to Kintu. And as they went back to the heavens, to the sky, to their father, Nambi ran to her father. Tata, ndabyayo olulenzi ku nsi olulungi. Father, I saw a very handsome young man on earth. And just then her brothers came in. Nada tata, tasobola muwasa. Oyo musajja abeera ku nsi anywa mata. Tasobola muwasa. No, father. She cannot get married to him. He is a mere mortal. He lives on the earth and he drinks milk from a cow. She cannot get married to him. And Gulu, the king of the skies, he thought to himself, in aftermath thought, he said to the sons, I will judge the matter. And then one day, the sons of Guru, the king of the skies, decided to come down on earth, and they stole the cow of Kintu, and they thought among themselves, he will starve to death since he won't have milk. And as Nambi was walking around in the heavens, she saw the cow, and she thought herself, this cow belongs to Kintu, or he will starve to death. And just then she came down to the earth and she met Kintu, and she told him to come with her to heaven where his cow was, or else he would starve on earth. And Kintu walked with her up the stairs to the heavens. And just as her brothers were walking around the heavens, they saw Kintu. And they went to their father. Tata, omlenzo yeraze. Father, that mortal man is here. And the king, Guru, the king of the skies, he thought. And he said, I will give him tests. And if he can pass the tests, then he would be a brilliant man and he can marry my daughter. So he summoned for Kintu to be called before his throne. And when Kintu came, the king had a number of tests to test and see if he was good enough for his daughter Nambi. And amazingly, Kintu passed the first test. He passed the second test. The Baganda say that the second test, the king decided that the people of heaven cook so much food for him and see if he would eat and finish it. And they served him all the food. He sat alone and he thought to himself, will I finish this food? But since he was from the earth, he ate and ate and ate, but then he was full and there was so much food left. But the storytellers say that just as he wondered how he would finish the food, a little hole appeared before him and he was able to pour the food in that hole. And then he called the king and he told him, I have eaten all the food, and he finished. But Guru, the king of the skies and the heavens, he was not impressed. He still had his doubts. He gave him another test. He got his cow and put it among all the cows that were in heaven and told him to identify that cow the first thing in the morning. Just then, a little bee came on his shoulder and whispered in his ear, you don't have to worry. Just watch me. I will fall on a cow, and the cow I fall on will be your cow. And in the morning, when Kintu went with the king before all the hands that were in heaven, he watched the bee while he pretended he was looking for his cow among all the cows. He watched and saw the bee land on a cow. And he told the king, there goes my cow. That one right there is my cow. And Guru, the king of the heavens and the skies, was impressed. And many other tests that he gave him, Kintu passed them all. And the king, Guru, the king of the heavens and the skies, was impressed and he gave him his daughter. to go and marry Kintu on earth. And he gave them many presents. He gave them chickens, he gave them goats, he gave them sheep, he gave them many other cows, he gave them so many things. But he warned his daughter when she was coming on earth to come very fast so that her brother Walumbe, to mean death, could not fall her. And they hurried down, but halfway the stairs as they were about to reach the earth, she remembered she had not carried the millet grains the hens would feed on. And she said, "Oh, I would go up very fast and get them, and I come back." And as she went to pick the grains, her father was furious. And her father asked her, "Didn't I tell you not to come back? Suppose your brother sees you." And she said, "Father, I will collect them very fast, and then I go before he sees me." But just as she was going, she met Walumbe, her brother, and he said, "I'm also going with you on earth." And so he followed her on earth. But when she reached on earth together with Kintu, they had many more children that filled the earth, and they built many houses just as they had seen in heaven. But again, Walumbe, the king of death, the brother of Nambi, started to take her children one by one by one. And the people of Uganda say that was the origin of death on earth. And that story of Kintu and his cow ends with Warumbe, the brother of Nambi, stealing her children into the ground and getting them buried. And that story is told by many people in Uganda. It is a story we learn about in school as a history of Uganda. That is the end of this story, and we are going to continue with the session. Over to you, Sujoy.
Thank you, Zoe. I love the story, and children have been loving the music as well. You want to tell another story now?
We can tell other stories.
Yeah, so let's have another story.
Good. Hi, children. So this story is a story about how sheep became an enemy with the dog. This story is told in my little village. In eastern Uganda, among the Bagwere people, is the tribe in Uganda. And among my people, they sing a lot. They sing a lot. They love singing. And every story in Uganda comes with a song. Almost every story has a song. And the song behind this story goes like, Chamadumadu, chamadula, chamadumadu, chamadula, chantama, chamadumadu, chamadula, chamadumadu, chamadula, chantama.
Uh, is Zoe, I think there was some problem with Zoe's connection. Let's just see. One second. Aditya, you cannot see Zoe, right? She's back.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Continue.
Yes. Chamadula chantama, chamadumadu, chamadula chamadumadu, chamadula chantam, chamadumadu, chamadumadu, chamadula, chamadumadu, chamadula, chamadula chantama. You know how a sheep, like the tail of a sheep? So that's how the song, that's what the song means. How you dance like a sheep jumping around. Jamadu madu, jamadula, jamadu madu, jamadula, jantam. Jamadu madu, jamadula, jamadu madu, jamadula, jantam. Jamadu madu, jamadula, jamadu madu, jamadula, jantam. Jamadu madu, jamadu madu, jamadu madu, jamadu madu, jamadula, jamadu madu. Jamadu madu, jamadula jantama, jamadu madu, jamadu madu, jamadula jantama. So the people of where I come from, they tell this story. And when I was growing up as a young girl, we always lay under the sky watching the stars in the night. And my grandmother, my aunties, my uncles, my other cousins would always tell stories. And among the many stories, this was one of them. And it was so nice. We enjoyed it because we used to sing and dance. Jamaduma, jamadula, jamadumadu, jamadula, jamadumadu, jamadumadu, jamadula, jamadumadu, jamadula, jamadumadu, jamadumadu, jamadula, jamadumadu. Jamaduma, jamadula, jamadumadu, jamadumadu, jamadumadu. So they say that once upon a time, the dog and the leopard, the sheep, and many other animals lived together the way we do today. And they were friends. Their children would play with each other. And they would always talk. They had meetings the way we do now. And they said that their king was Lion, the great lion. That great lion you see in the zoo or in wildlife. So, leopard and the dog were great friends. The dog is called Ombwa in my language.
Ombwa.
And leopard is called Impala. Ombwa the dog and Impala were great friends, and it was spoken of in the village. Everybody knew they were friends. Their children would always visit each other and play. So one time, Ombwa the dog called leopard Impala to come over to his house and tell him a problem he had. My friend, I have taken so long without eating meat. I feel I want to eat some meat. Ombwa the dog told Impala, the leopard. Oh, so that is the issue. You can always come to my house. In fact, prepare your family and come tomorrow and you have some meat. I will go hunt some game and my wife shall prepare for you and your family and then you will eat. Impala told Ombwa the dog. But Ombwa the dog, he accepted. Yes. Oh, that would be so good, my friend. But then he thought to himself, I will go alone. I cannot go with my family. That means I will not eat enough. And tomorrow, as early, as the sun was just coming out and shining, he was preparing himself. And when his wife asked him where he was going, I'm just going to see my friend Impala the leopard. I'll be back, he told her. And when the sun was fully shining and it was around lunchtime, Impala the dog set off on the journey. Ombwa the dog to Impala the leopard's home. And when he reached, he was welcomed. The children of Impala came and greeted him. He was so ready to eat meat because he had taken so long without eating meat and he couldn't wait. And just as he was with Impala, his friend, when they were talking, he was sniffing the aroma of the meat coming from the kitchen and he couldn't wait to grab the meat and eat. And just in time, The meat was brought at the table for food for lunch. Impala and his children sat, and Imbwa the dog also sat. And when Impala asked him why he had not brought his family, he lied and said, "Oh, they are busy. They have gone somewhere." So they sat, and he couldn't wait as he got piece by piece, and he munch and munch meat. But just close to him was Impala, his little son. And as he pulled the meat, the bone escaped his hand and hit the throat of Impala's son. And he started to choke. He was choking, and they tried to save him, but it was too late. And when Omba the dog realized his mistake, he took off and ran as fast as his feet could carry him. He ran as he was panting on the way. He ran and disappeared. And when he reached his house, he told his family they had to leave the village right away. And his wife wondered what was the matter, but he didn't explain. So Impala was furious from that day. He was looking for Omba the dog because he lost his son. How could Omba the dog be so careless? How could he eat so carelessly that the bone escaped his hand and hit Impala's little son? And Impala passed word around the village, and he told all the animals as a whisper that if they ever meet Imbwa, they tell him. And all the animals were aware. And after many months, there was a festival. Lion the King had organized a festival. The monkeys had come. All animals had come. And the music was loud. There was a merrymaking. The animals were cheering. They were feasting. There were sorts of food, sorts of vegetables, meat, all were there at the festival. And the monkeys were the musicians of the day. Chamadumadu, chamadula, chamadumadu, chamadula, chantam, chamadumadu, chamadula, chamadumadu, chamadula, chantam, oh chamadumadu, 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 oh chamadumadu, chamadumadu, chantam. The animals danced as they sang along. The monkeys were the musicians of the day. And they played all sorts of instruments, guitars, drums. They played all sorts of instruments, and the animals danced along. Oh, chamadumadu, 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 chamadumadu. Dog could not wait wherever he was. He heard the music and it was just beating through his chest. He wanted to attend the festival too. And he sneaked around. He left his family and sneaked around through the bushes, looking around to see if Leopard was there. And then psst, psst, he called out to Sheep. You know Mrs. Sheep, she had a very thick tail at her back, and Dog whispered to her, if only she could allow him to hide under her tail so he could attend the festival. He could get her something, say maybe meat when he went hunting. It was okay. She accepted, and whoop, he jumped under her tail and rolled himself under her thick tail. And she went into the festival. But the music got sweeter. Chamadumadu, 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 Jamadula. And sheep tried to dance sparingly, but the music was getting sweeter. Jamadu madu, jamadu madu, jamadu madu. Oh, and she gave away to the music. She danced, turning around, enjoying herself, jumping. And guess what happened? Doop! Omba the dog fell from under her tail. And Impala the leopard laid his eyes on him, and he jumped but missed him. Imba the dog took off, and ever since that day, they have never been friends. Impala, the sheep, Omba, they have never been friends ever again. And in my place, when we are ending a story, the storyteller say, I left the storyland and came back to tell you the story. Now, if only you could sing with me. Jamadumadu, jamadula, jamadumadu, jamadula, jantam, jamadumadu, jamadula, jamadumadu. Oh, jamadumadu, jamadumadu. Hey, jamadumadu, jamadumadu. Oh, jamadu, hey, jamadumadu. Hey, jamadumadu, jamadumadu. At least you can do the clapping. In Uganda, we do this clapping when we are singing our traditional songs. Jamadumadu. When you're clapping, you swing your hands from this side to this side. Eh, jamadumadu, jamadumadu, eh, jamadumadu, jamadumadu, jantama. Thank you. Over to you.
Jammadumma, 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 jammadumma. So children, you have to sing along with us. So we will repeat, Zoe will repeat it again, and I want, if not now, later, record it and send it to us at our email ID contactbakul@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yes, this email ID, please. So children, record it. We'll repeat it now. Zoe, once again. So you record yourself singing, moving your hands and clapping the way you said, and send it to us. Okay, repeat. Jammadumma,
Jamadumma, jamadula jantama, jamadumma, jamadula jamadumma, jamadumma, jamadula jamadumma, jantama, jamadumma, jamadula jamadumma, jamadula jantama, jamadula jantama. Jamadula, Jamadula, Jantama. Thank you.
Thank you. What does it mean, Jamaduma?
Jamadula. It is the dance when you see the sheep, how they go. That's what it means. And the Chantama, it is like a saying that you're jumping around like the sheep.
Okay.
Like the tail and all that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Lovely. Okay. So children, I hope you've been enjoying this. Once again, repeat. If you're loving the stories, as you are saying from your comments, many of you have been writing. Sagarika has written about how she loved the beats. Sambita has been commenting, in fact. Birajini, many others. Soham, thank you for telling Sambita that, of course, Zoe was busy in telling the story. She could not be seeing the comments. And many of you have your questions. But yes, once again repeating, please share this video with your friends. That is what we have heard many storytellers tell us, that what you do with the story, You tell it to others, right? So one of
Yes.
the things I would want you to do is you can go back to the story, listen to the story, and tell the story to others. Till then, you can always share this video so that others can listen to Zoe tell the story in this video. But then you would, I would. It will be wonderful if you also tell the same story to your
Yes.
friends, right? And definitely
Yes.
subscribe. And because now you knew that every Saturday we're going to come with story time at 9, but now there's going to be a break. So how will you know when we are back? If you have subscribed to our YouTube channel or liked our Facebook page or followed us on Twitter, then you'll get the notification that Bakul is back with story time. So definitely do that. So meanwhile, Zoe, shall we have your presentation now? I think it'll be
Okay.
nice. Many children have been asking questions about what you eat,
Yes.
what you wear, but then I think many of that you would anyway address in the presentation. So let's have that first.
Okay.
I think
Wow.
I think you have to open the presentation again. I think it's shut.
Yes. Um. So, children, I welcome you to Uganda, and Uganda is a very beautiful country, and I just can't wait to share with you some stuff they organized for me about Uganda. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So Uganda, that is our flag, and I will stand so you can see this right here. Those three colors of our flag, there are three. There's black, there's yellow, and there's red, and they all carry a meaning. And we are so proud to put them in our clothes. Black is because in Uganda we are Africans. We are Africans. And yellow is because in Uganda there's a beautiful yellow sun. If you come to Uganda, you will love the beautiful sunrise and sunset. That is about Uganda. And red, because you and me, our blood is red. No matter our skin color, our blood is red. Yes. And Uganda is in East Africa. Um, we are surrounded by Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, there is South Sudan, and we are just that small country, a very beautiful country. In Uganda, you will see blue. There's so many lakes in Uganda, great lakes. We have the best the longest river is found here in Uganda, and that's what brings most people. They come to Uganda because they want to find out the longest river that serves many countries up to Egypt, River Nile. And in Uganda, there are so many cultures, so many languages. There are over 52, over I think over 56 cultures. And each culture, they have their own traditions, their own kind of way of speaking, their own way of dressing. And in the picture are the Baganda. The Baganda live in central Uganda. Central Uganda makes that's where the city is, the capital city. That's where every visitor who comes from all over the world, they come and their center is here. So this is a kanzu. This the kanzu and the coat that is worn by the men, especially on traditional ceremonies, say wedding, those functions. And this is a gomesi. It comes in many colors, many colors. And this is a chikoi. This is worn underneath the gomesi. You wear it first, then you put this gomesi, or you can make a dress out of it, or a skirt out of it, or anything out of it. And that is a kitengi. The kitengi is also in Nigeria, as the in Ankara. This fabric is an African fabric. You find it in so many African countries, but in Uganda, this one is only in Uganda. Only seen it in Uganda, and so you were sharing it with me. It was introduced to Uganda by an Indian. Amazingly, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was introduced to Uganda by an
Yes,
Indian.
Holmes.
Yes, that was so amazing. Um, and in Uganda, among the many cultures, we have the Indian culture too. The Indian people live here in Uganda. They came here a long time ago. There are many Indians who have been born in Uganda and they have never gone anywhere. So they are Ugandans and they speak the local languages of Uganda. It's just so amazing. They celebrate their festivals, the Indian festivals, and they welcome every other Ugandan to attend. Yes, that is the Karimajong people. What I wear looks like it, but this is from Kenya. What is on my head? I got it from Kenya when I had gone to meet children like you to tell them stories. And their dances, like I told you in Uganda, there are so many cultures, and each culture has a dance. You can notice here this chikoi, you see here they made it into shirts and below for dancing. Now this is a dance from Western Uganda. There are so many kinds of dances that is also from Western Uganda. That this is from Buganda, and this is from Busoga in Eastern Uganda. The dances are the differences are noticed in the footwork, in the movement of the chest, the waists, the movement of the hands, the pace. Yeah. And these are mothers wearing the kitengi. And Uganda is a land of food. There's just so much food in Uganda. So many fruits. This is a food market right there. So many foods, so many foods. That's matoke. In Uganda, when you come, the food known here, matoke. At least every visitor to this country knows about matoke. That is a pineapple. From pineapple, you can make juices, and that is luombo. That luombo cooked in banana leaves. That is matoke and beans. And Uganda is a tourist site. There are so many sights and sounds in Uganda. High mountains. That's a mountain right there. There are waterfalls, many waterfalls, breathtaking. Yes, I was telling you it is the source of the Nile, the longest river in the world. Yeah. And those are animals, wildlife. There are so many animals. That's Queen Elizabeth National Park. When you come to Uganda, you will visit it. And that's a tomb. In that tomb is a traditional tool for the Baganda people. That is where the kings of Buganda or of the Baganda people are buried. Yeah, those are animals, elephants. We have elephants here. And this bird right here is the love of Uganda. This bird is called the crested crane. It is the emblem, is it?
Yeah, it is on the flag.
It is on the flag, the little bird you see in the flag right here. That bird is loved and is not supposed to be killed. When you kill it, it's an offense. It is right here, this little bird you see. That one is our bird.
Has the colors of the Uganda flag.
Yes. When you look at it, it has, you see, it has the colors. It has yellow, has black, and red. Mwebale nnyo, asante. Mwebale is a Uganda word to mean thank you. Mwebale nnyo. Thank you, everybody who's online. We can now go into the questions. Over to you, sir.
How did you say thank you?
Mwebale nnyo.
Mwebale. Mwebale nnyo.
Vale?
Mwe.
Vale.
Mwe. Yes.
Vale.
Mwebale.
Wale
Yes.
Zoe. Wale Colin.
Colin.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
thank you
take
so
some
much.
questions from the children. Let's see. Saswati had asked about the culture and food of your country. I think you already talked about it. Is there anything more you want
Okay.
to add?
The culture. In Uganda, every country, every tradition, every culture has their own food. The Baganda have matoke. Where I come from, we have rice, sorghum, millet. Um, yes, and yeah, every culture has their own kind of food. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Birajini is asking, what is the capital of Uganda?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. It's called Kampala.
Uh, now, Abhivir is asking, he likes your tiara and he asks, do you wear it every time?
This, this on the head.
Yes.
No, I do not wear. I do not wear it all the time. It's a gift I got from the land of Kenya, from our neighboring countries when I went to
You were
Kenya,
mentioning
and I
that.
love it. Every time I tell stories, I wear it to remember because when I went to Kenya, I had gone to tell stories, and every time I wear it, I remember. It was a very beautiful journey for me. Yes, I
Wonderful.
do not wear it all
Nice.
the time.
So nice that you remember that
Yes,
experience
yes,
always. On that
yes.
note, since you mentioned that, your first experience as a storyteller was in Kenya, right? And that is
Yes,
why you wear
yes,
this. So Subhashi's
yes,
question,
yes.
I would like you to answer. How you became a storyteller and why?
Oh, I becoming a storyteller. I studied economics at university, but it's a calling. It's just a calling. I feel it's a calling. Is what God told me to do. And
So,
becoming a
but
good storyteller.
but what
Yes.
happened? As I said, what
What
happened?
happened?
Yeah. Did you hear someone tell stories and you loved it and you decided to be, or what was it?
So I grew up where I come from. Is not so luxurious like the city. And people tell stories around this time. They sit around the fire and tell stories just like it used to be back in old age. So my grandmother used to tell stories, and I loved listening to her voice and how she used to sing. And when I came to the city, as I was growing up, and then I reached university, we used to have open mics where people go and tell poetry. So I would tell stories, and everybody loved it. And people would come and tell me, "Oh, when you told that story, you reminded me when I was still. You reminded me of the time when I was still a child." It's so good, and they kept coming to
I see. I see.
me and tell,
So,
push me to tell stories. So I continued telling stories, and before I knew it, I was earning from storytelling more than from office work. So I decided
so
to
where are you
learn more
working?
about.
So where are you working now? Are you
I
working
am a
somewhere
story.
else?
No, I'm not working somewhere. I'm just a storyteller, a theater maker.
Okay.
I'm just a performing artist. Yes. So I will
Okay.
work for companies. Yeah.
Ah. Uh, Swati is asking, does the entire population of Africa believe that the first story was the origin of death? Oh, I think Zoe had some internet problem, but we'll be back with this question. Once again, telling you that tomorrow we are back with Rabibar Gopamar, and tomorrow we have Munu Panda, who is a teacher in one of the premier schools here, and she will be telling us stories. Yes, Zoe.
I'm sorry,
Swati's
I
question,
lost you.
does the entire population of Africa believe that the first story was the origin of death?
No, 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 no. It's just a story, and it is told by a small group, a culture, the Baganda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a story told, but it's
Uh,
not a fact. It's not a fact. It's a story, a myth.
Okay. Sambita asks, you sing so well. Why are you not a singer? You are a
Thank
singer,
you,
right?
Sambita.
In fact, Zoe is a
Yes, thank
poet,
you.
a musician, a storyteller, all of it together.
Yes, yes, yes. And I just had my first international collaboration with a South African artist that is coming out in March that I'm so excited about. Thank you so much, Sambita. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the collaboration that you're talking about, that is not about storytelling. That is just music.
It's music. The artist knows I'm a storyteller, and he thought we could sing about Africa, the beauty of Africa, of our land. So in the music, we're just sharing about Africa as a beautiful land. Yes.
Okay. So let's see. So there's another question from her that have you ever done any art?
Oh, I used to try. I am not so good at drawing, but as an artist, I believe even if I draw something funny, that is art. But
So Nupur had this question about the traditional dress. I think you've already talked about it. You've already shown the Gomezi and the
yes,
others. Yeah,
yes,
you've already
yes, yes, yes.
talked quite a bit about that. Ipsita is asking if what you're wearing are they're heavy jewels.
No, it's very light. It's very light.
Okay, now Sambita's question again is, I have a question. Have you been to India?
No, but I've been to India through your movies. I've never been there physically.
Thank you. But what is it
Yes.
from whatever you know about? So we have to try and get you to India. I was just saying
What
that
is?
we have to try and get you to India.
Sorry?
I was saying that we have to try and get you to India since you've not been to India.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to come.
So, but from whatever you know about India, what is it that you like about India? Is what Sambita is asking.
I love the traditional wear, and it is we even wear it. Many the jewelry and the dresses, the Indian wear, and Ugandans do it. They wear it on their weddings. Actually, the inner and all that.
You know, in my part
And
of
I also
India,
love that Indian writer. Mm,
which writer?
yes.
No, I didn't get the name. Which writer?
Yeah, I love that Indian writers.
Okay, Indian writers.
No,
Okay.
the Indian writers.
Okay.
Yeah, they're so artistic. They leave suspense when they are writing stories. Yeah.
Thank you. You know, in my part of India, in Orissa, we also have a kind of saris, you know, Sambalpuri saris in which red and black is a common combination. So, you know, so you will probably, when you come here, you will like to get those saris, the red and black combination. You know?
Yes.
In fact, Saswati is writing what you like about India, and she has answered herself, sari.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Shreyans is asking, who is the person next to you? Well, maybe Colin can introduce yourself.
Yes.
Right. Of course, my name is Colin. I am a guitarist, a music producer. I'm not a singer. I don't sing. If you had me sing, I was just helping Zoe and making you guys happy. But I'm really happy to be here, and I love kids. I'm also a teacher of kids. I have a music school for kids that I run in Kampala, and I do quite a lot of things in music, and I'm really happy to work. I work with Zoe a lot. We play together and do things together. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. Okay.
Of course, I'm really happy to be. Mm.
So Anshuman is asking, well, you've talked a lot about it, but maybe in your opinion, what is special about Uganda?
Woo! Many people, Uganda is termed as the Pearl of Africa. The people, when you come to Uganda, you don't want to leave. There's so much special about Uganda. The people are loving, and the weather is so nice, and there's so much to see. Yes.
Yeah, let's hope I get to visit sometime as well.
Please, yes.
I'll be just dancing. Okay, what is the famous game in Uganda? What do you play?
Ugandans they love football.
Football.
Yeah.
So Arup, you
Yes,
got your answer.
Yeah.
Maxi is asking traditional food. Well, you talked about it, but maybe you can talk a
Yes.
little more.
For me, what do you eat? What is your traditional food in Uganda? Like I said, there's just every culture has its own food, but it is edible. People can eat. For me, I eat millet. Where I come from, it is called staple food, a food that is grown by a particular culture. Where I come from, they grow rice.
But with rice,
And
what do you normally eat? Do you eat non-vegetarian food, chicken, mutton, or meat, or or is it vegetables? What do you normally eat? What do you like eating?
as Ugandans or me? Ugandans or me?
Yeah, both,
Me.
both.
Mhm.
In Uganda we love food. There are very few groups of people who are vegetarians. We love meat. We eat. There's just so much to eat. You can't say let me not eat chicken. There's just so much to eat. Yeah.
But
It
we
doesn't
have
look like anyone who
Oh
sees
yes.
me.
Yeah. I had forgotten to tell you about Rolex. Rolex is a delicacy. It is chapati wheat, the wheat, and then they fry an egg and then they put salad on top and roll it. That is called a
We
Rolex.
call it rolls. We eat chicken
Yes,
rolls and egg rolls.
yes,
So there's
yes,
chapati, there's egg, like an
yes,
omelette, and then the
yes.
stuffing,
Yeah.
chicken or egg, whatever. Yeah, I love that. I think I'll be
It
very
is
happy in Uganda.
on every street.
It is the
Same
most
here, same
common.
here,
Yeah.
same here.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot
So
to
I'll tell
thank
you.
you.
So Saswati's question, what you like about India, I'll tell you. You will like the chicken rolls.
What I
No, no,
like. Yes, the
you will like the
shawami.
rolls when you come here.
Shawami. What's it called?
I've seen it on the streets. I'm not sure.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of questions, cuisine, Swati asked. I
Yes.
think we've been talking about that. Swati, your question about the capital
A
also
lot.
is answered. Kampala.
Yes.
Saswati is asking, can you tell about the dish that you were talking about, which is served in banana leaf?
Oh, the luambo. This is a dish. This dish is mainly done on during a wedding. It's among the Baganda people, where they get the banana leaf, and they get meat and spice it up, or chicken, spice it up and wrap it in the banana, and then put it in a saucepan and add more banana leaves. So when it boils, it will have the aroma of the leaf.
Okay. Abhivir,
Yeah.
no, the egg roll is not vegetarian. She said that not many people are vegetarian. They love their meat. Okay. I think the last question
Oh,
we'll take
yeah.
from Maxi, the currency of Uganda.
Is it shillings? Shillings.
Chilies. Chilies.
Ugandan shillings.
Shillings. Okay,
Yeah.
shillings. Okay. Yes. Like the
Ugandan
pound and the
shillings.
shilling.
Shilling. Yes. Yeah.
Ah.
Yes. The Kenyan, even Kenyans have shillings. Yes.
So Abhivir is sad because he's vegetarian and he's thinking that how he will survive in Uganda.
There's no. They have so much. There's so much to eat. There's a variety. Anyone can survive. Vegetarians have what to eat, and the non-vegetarians have what to eat. There's just so much.
Okay. So the last question, your favorite
My
subject?
favorite subject
Well, Maxi, she's not a
is
child. She's
math.
not going to school. She doesn't have to appear exams in subjects. But still, good subject. Area that you like
It's
reading
math.
up on. Sorry?
Yeah, mathematics is my. I still
Oh.
do solve math problems because I love calculations. Yeah,
Ah.
I love math. I just don't know why. I love it.
Yeah, that's why you are studying quantitative economics, which has a lot of mathematics to do, right? Obviously. Okay.
Exactly.
Um,
Yes.
uh,
Yes. Yeah.
Omiz, I think you need to go back to the presentation because she talked a lot about the tourist places like the Nile, the River Nile, um, the national parks with so many animals, the elephants, the leopards, all of that.
Yeah.
I think you need to go back to that. So I think it's time for us to end the first season of Storytime at 9 with Zoe's session. Zoe, anything you want to tell the children and others watching before we sign off?
Oh, thank you so much. I am so happy. I was looking forward. I could not sleep yesterday because I was anxious. I was looking forward to meeting you, everybody around the world. I just want us to go back and begin sharing our stories. Do not be afraid to talk about your personal story, to share it, to share about the stories that we had growing up to our children, to know our culture, to love who we are, and to love other people as they are. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Suji, for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
And
coming.
you can follow me and Colin.
And if you come here, we will have a bonfire and you will tell stories around the fire as you love to tell, as you were making us imagine that we were going back to.
Yes, yes,
Okay. So we end the
yes.
session today. And as all of you know, we are back tomorrow with at the same time, 9 o'clock, with the last episode of the first season of Rabibar Gapabar. Till then, we would love to hear from you. So, we would love to hear your stories of how you love the stories, how you were impacted by the stories. Do write to us at contact@gmail.com. Our email ID, I'm sure all of you have it. Please stay in touch. And I hope we'll be back very soon. I hope you will not allow us to take a long break. So I hope you got the message there. So bye for now.